Hi Twin Flames, it's Lisa here. I hope you're all doing really well today. My topic today is about twin flames and karma, and I wanted to thank the person who asked me to make this video because it's really great to hear what you guys want to hear so that I can keep making content for you. So please like and subscribe if you can, and feel free to offer a comment after you watch the video. I love hearing what you guys have to say and seeing all of the different perspectives on these topics. So the topic of karma, well, it's definitely a juicy topic because it's definitely a big one for twin flames. And I will begin by talking about what karma is and then explain how it affects twin flames and this journey. So I have a few notes here. If I look down a little bit, it's because I'm checking my notes. I just don't want to miss out any of the important things. So karma is what is the consequence for somebody's intentions, somebody's thoughts, and somebody's behaviors. So everything we put out comes back to us in what is known as karma. You could call it like you reap what you sow. So what you do, what you think, what you put out will come back to you through the universe. So it's kind of based on the law of attraction as well. So you can be creating karma consciously. So you can be creating karma by knowing what you're doing, or you can be creating it unconsciously. So that's why on an awakening journey, and as we become more conscious, we can get very good at being mindful of creating karma or not creating karma, because we get more intentional with our actions. So what do I mean exactly by that? Well, I mean that what you do, say it's considered a positive action, say you're putting out kindness, then you can expect that somewhere or somehow kindness will come back to you through the universe, because that's the karma that you've accumulated. So again, what you reap what you sow, So I don't like the terms positive and negative karma, but that's pretty much what it is. If you're putting out good things, if you're putting out pure intentions, if you're putting out joy and generosity and love and light to the world, then you can expect to see that coming back to you through the process of karma. And the same thing again, if you are putting out lying and cheating and stealing and hurting people, then you can expect somewhere that karma may come back to you, and you may experience people lying to you or hurting you or misleading you. So it's really important that we start to become conscious of our karma. It's really important that we start to look at what we are thinking, what we are doing, and what the intentions are behind those behaviors. So if you go into something with a very pure intention, if you go into something meaning well and being kind, then you can expect there to not be any real negative karma coming from that. However, if you go into something with ill intention or maliciousness or deceit, then you can expect that there may be a downfall for that. There may be a tower moment later in your life where you start to see the karma come into play for something that you did. And karma doesn't always happen instantly. I've noticed on my ascension journey, and now that I'm in inner union and in unity consciousness, that my karma is very small to non-existent. And if I do happen to create any bits of karma, I've noticed that they come very quickly, and I have to serve that karma almost immediately. So, for example, like if I happen to have like a really bad thought about somebody, or I say something I shouldn't say, I might like stub my toe within 10 minutes and really hurt myself physically. And that's not the greatest example, but you know what I'm saying. I get my karma pretty quickly. And fortunately in Unity Consciousness, I don't have negative thoughts like that. I'm not often having any negative intentions. I'm very high vibrational. So I'm trying to put out the frequency of love and joy because that's the frequency that I feel every day. So I am getting more and more of that coming back to me. So generally I'm getting positive karma. I'm getting to live an abundant and happy and joyful life because that is my feelings internally, and that is what I'm putting out to the world. And I was not always like that. On my twin flame journey, I was always in pain, I was crying, I was miserable, I was not wanting to be here. So it's only through my twin flame journey, it's only through my ascension process that I came to unity consciousness and started to reside in this very high frequency. And by doing that, I attract more of that back to me. So you could say that I'm attracting really positive karma because of what I'm putting out. All right, so that's one of the bonuses of having a spiritual awakening, of meeting your twin flame, is that you will go on this ascension journey and you will start to admit a higher frequency. So all twin flames have this potential and capability, and as they ascend higher and higher, they start to reside in more positive emotions and they start to reap a more positive karma. But one thing that's also important to know here is that when you meet your twin flame, it's quite possible that you haven't dealt with all of your karma from the first half of your life, or however long you've been alive before you meet your twin. And yeah, it's also not just about this life. So we could be serving karma from past lives. We could be serving karma from like generational traumas and any kind of karmic patterns through our lineage. So twin flames are literally dealing with any karma from their soul's evolution, any karma from this particular lifetime as well. And twins can also have some very similar past and shared experiences. So they may have some similar karma as well. So perhaps, like, I'll give you an example. Perhaps you cheated on a spouse when you were younger. Perhaps later on somebody might cheat on you. And you could say like that's kind of balancing the karma. You've had to experience what you did to somebody else. And karma doesn't always play like that. It's not always like an exact mirror. But basically, if you do something wrong, you can expect there to be some kind of fallout. And it's not to harm you or to make you suffer. It's so that you can learn the lessons that your soul needs so that you can expand and come to unity consciousness. All right, so it's not like you're being punished or like you deserve negative karma because you made a bad decision. That's not how it works at all. It's simply whatever you're putting out vibrational will come back so that you can learn the lessons that go hand in hand with that. And all twins will have different levels of karma. I mean, I had a fair bit of karma to clear up. I'd made some poor choices in my youth, and I was certainly paying the karmic debt for those choices that I made. However, now I'm kind of getting some really great karma coming through because I have started to make, better decisions. I've started to treat people better, and I am vibrating at a much higher frequency. So my physical world now models that. All right. So as twin flames, the awakening journey, the twin flame journey is there to help both twins serve their karma. So the running and chasing, the separation periods, while all of that is going on, you may be dealing with your karma. Your twin may be dealing with their karma. Okay, so both twins are trying to serve the karma or any debt that they've acquired to that point, so that when they come into union, there's little to no karma to be served. So by the time twins come into union, both twins should have dealt with any past baggage, any past karma, and therefore when they come into union together, they can have a very harmonious and very peaceful kind of connection where they should be able to sort of serve their purpose pleasantly, and they should be able to have a harmonious connection. So the twin flame, twin flames are destined to reunite and evolve together. the relationship between them does reflect that karma. So that's why your twin flame might hurt you. You might hurt your twin. There might be some running and chasing, some poor behavior. And all of that is because it's reflecting the karmic baggage. So it's helping both twins resolve any past issues that they have carried from past lives or from this incarnation so far. So your twin comes in to facilitate your spiritual growth. They come in to help you complete your life's work. So by the time you come into physical union, you should have cleared your karmic debt. You should be kind of neutral and able to, pretty much have a very quiet and drama-free existence. And that's also one of the bonuses of coming into unity consciousness, which is what I teach. Because as you've come into unity consciousness, you've played out and served all of that past karma. You have healed all your trauma, and you should now be able to live in a very high state of love. You should be feeling very peaceful, and you will find that your life has very little drama. So that's one of the joys and bonuses of resolving all karma between twin flames. Okay, so union will basically be a result of all of that karma being played out and overcome. When twins balance their energy, when the energy between them is balanced, that is when you can see that the karma has neutralized. So when Divine Feminine has balanced their feminine and masculine energies, they should have pretty much worked through all of that karmic debt and be very free of karma. All right, and that's also why this twin flame journey is so challenging, because we are serving karma in a very condensed period of time. So if you have anything that you haven't dealt with through the law of attraction, or you haven't paid any kind of consequences for previous experiences, then it's going to happen on your twin flame journey. And whilst karma can be very positive, we can have a lot of positive karma. We typically have acquired some negative karma, and that is what is going to be playing out on this twin flame journey. We're going to be removing all of that so that we can then have like a permanent peaceful state. The question I also got asked was, can one twin have more karma to serve than the other? And to be honest, I don't really know for sure, but I believe, take what resonates, but I believe that the chaser twin, so the first twin to awaken, the Divine Feminine, and it's not gender specific, typically has more karma to work through. So from my experience with coaching, and obviously my journey and people I know, their journey, is it seems that the Divine Feminine has been through a fair few challenges, a lot more struggles than their counterpart. And this isn't always the case, and it isn't a competition, but it just appears that Divine Feminine seems to be coming through with quite a lot of trauma. They have had quite a number of challenging experiences before their awakening, and they seem to have quite a lot of karma that they have to work through. And Divine Masculines, they have their fair share of karma too. So it's hard to say, but from my experience, it does appear that the Divine Feminine maybe just has a little more work to do, has a little more karma to serve, and that could perhaps be why their journey can take a little longer than the runner. It can be why it takes them a little longer to fully awaken and to reach inner union, because they just have a little bit more to tie up. All right, so that's karma and twin flames. So don't be afraid of karma. I used to think like it was a scary topic, and didn't want to have to be punished for my sins, and it's not like that at all. Karma it's not really good or bad. It's just the result of a behavior. So whatever your intention is, if you go into something with a good intention, then you can see a positive result. If you go into something and you weren't quite sincere or honest, then you may expect to see some kind of fallout for that decision. And it's, as I said, it's not to punish you. It's to help you grow. It's to help you learn. It's to help you learn lessons so that you don't need to repeat them. It's to help you learn lessons so that they don't need to show up again in your reality. So try not to be afraid of karma. Try to start to embrace it and try to want to work through any of the karma that you've accumulated so that you can get yourself ready for your twin flame union and so that you can be ready for unity consciousness, where you will start to see that pretty much karma is a thing of the past. So you won't be really creating any new karma in unity consciousness. You will be living a very beautiful life and very drama-free. So don't be fearful of karma. Try and work through any karma that you think you have, and let your twin go through their karma also. Give them the space to work through their karma, and just know that it might be similar to yours as well. It could show up like differently in the 3D, but you both may have accumulated like similar karmic debts. All right, and the beautiful news is that when both twins have kind of resolved karma, it's another beautiful link to coming into union with each other. Thank you for listening, everybody. Like I said, feel free to drop a comment. I would love to hear from you. And God bless you all.